we'll be going through each of these areas with some case studies, some examples, so that you can actually relate to those examples and you can learn from it and you can apply it in your office work. Over to the next slide. See, actually, I have actually executed around close to 100 plus projects. So if you look at the real problems, what are the real or common project management mistakes? The first one is about accepting a poorly defined requirements. I'm not telling that the issue is about customer giving you the requirements in one line or something. It is about how you actually accept a poorly defined requirements. How are you asking the right type of questions to understand more about the requirements, or are you accepting changes without negotiating a new timeline? So actually, by accepting a poorly defined requirements, you are actually putting the whole team and also the project into danger. The second one is you communicating poorly to either customers or suppliers or team members or your boss or all the stakeholders around you, or you accept a poorly communicated information. If somebody is communicating to you in a way that you are not understanding, or you keep on asking the question, or are you keeping quiet about it? The third point is about not making the right level of noise for lack of availability of skilled team members or accepting incorrect allocation. Let us take, you have some resources who are, say, very good in C++. Now you are trying to put them through everything and putting to Java projects. It may be some of the members may not be inclined enough to go to that particular project, or they might have problem to unlearn certain concepts which they have learned in C++ and go to Java. There could be multiple issues like that. So you have to make sure that you are actually putting the right kind of people to the right job allocation. Then ineffective management of team, especially when you have a cross-cultured multi-site team, manage, and how do you communicate with the different teams, taking the right sense to communicate the right time at the right place. So all these things have to be very necessarily taken care when you actually manage the team. Then there is poor planning and underestimation of work. So when you actually plan your work, basically you have to estimate the amount of effort, amount of timeline it takes, the number of resources, the cost, etc. Many times what happens is, due to huge amount of pressure, your work will be underestimated and you will see a lot of surprises happening as you progress along with the work. The next one is about absorbing delays which are attributable to suppliers or customers. Many times what happens is your customer also could be your supplier. Let's take a hardware board has to be supplied by your customer. So what happens is, if the customer themselves have made a delay in giving you the hardware board, your software development might go get delayed. So sometimes customer also double up as supplier. So you take care, how do you handle such tricky situations? The next one is that you have to achieve a certain target by a certain date, or you have to shrink the timeline by, say, 50% or 100%, even 100%. It may not be rightly possible to actually reduce the amount of timeline. So you have to see whether what you are giving the timeline or effort or the number of resources required or the skill set is really realistic and whether you can achieve it. The next one is insufficient mitigation of risks. See, sometimes the projects can, if you are not able to unearth the right kind of risk at the start of the project. Many times projects are not allowed to start when you cannot unearth a certain amount of risks. If there is no risk in any project, there is no, it's not really a project. So there will be every project in this world has some amount of risks. The last point is about ineffective escalations. So when you are faced with a problem which is out of your control or not within your control, then you have to escalate to the right stakeholders. This is very important. So these are some of the common project management mistakes which can really happen. It can be a combination of multiple things, or it can be an individual one which is very stronger than the others. Let's move on to this next slide. So I'm here